There's one squeaky chair, man. Jeez. I've never actually realised how noisy this chair is. Anyway, it's blooming comfy, I'll give you that. Okay, good morning everyone, or good afternoon. Yesterday I rambled on for quite a while about one of my new about one of my new dinosaur drawings, which is going to be in Crystal Palace. That was oh my god, what was his name? Ichthyosaurus, that's the one. Okay, cool. I need to start getting these in my head. Now, the second one I need to talk to you about is Iguanodon, and this is a drawing that I did a few months ago, and it's a bit easier to talk about than Ichthyosaurus actually. This is an actual dinosaur. Now, if you saw my video yesterday explaining basically that the ichthyosaur is not a dinosaur and that it lived millions of years before the dinosaurs, this one will be easier to talk about because it is a dinosaur. Now, I know a few people played a drinking game yesterday when I was doing my live video and had a shot every time I said the word dinosaur. So feel free to do that today. I won't be doing that because I have work to do, but feel free to do it. That should be 5 or 6 shots already. So this is it. I'm going to scooch back a bit. It's a bit smaller than yesterday's, which is nice. Yesterday's was A1, which translates as pretty big. This is A3. Just slightly more than A3 actually, which is 2 lots of A4. There we go. I hope you can see that clearly. There's a bit of a reflection, but not to worry. Iguanodon. I appreciate that may be shown as backwards in the video, but this is my second dinosaur artwork. Now, it may look a bit silly, and I'll talk you through why I think it looks a bit silly, but this drawing is based on the physical, are they statues? They're not statues. The dinosaur sculptures, I'm going to call them. They weren't sculpted though, were they? What are they called? Dinosaur... Words aren't my strong point. There are some dinosaurs that are in Crystal Palace, in the park, and models, I guess you could call them. Big things. Anyway, this is one of them. And this drawing is based on the dinosaurs that are actually in the park. So this isn't how Iguanodon would have looked. But for the sake of, this is going on display in Crystal Palace. So there's a lot of pride locally around these guys, and rightly so. And so what I wanted to do was, rather than just draw something that we now know, I wanted to draw the old school, the old style of the Iguanodon as we knew it in, Victorian England. So, the story of this guy is, I'm going to put that down for a moment so I can get settled. Uncle Ben can tell you a story. That sounds weird. Okay, so Iguanodon. And I don't have any notes, by the way. I do this purposefully. I try and do this from my what's left of my brain over the years. So if it sounds a bit stuttery, that's probably why. I'm just trying to recap memories from high school. So Iguanodon. As I explained in yesterday's live video, when these folks at the turn of the 20th century, or even before that actually, a few decades before, when they found things, they named them basically what they look like. Okay, so when this this was one of the first dinosaurs to be found, basically, which is why I guess it's got a status of having a model in Crystal Palace. But yeah, it's very old school. And when it was a lady, Mary Ann, I'm going with that. She found a tooth, which is what we say if you're from the Midlands, but I think you say tooth in London, tooth. But I say tooth for some reason. So when she found this tooth, I used to say it with an F, tooth. So you're lucky you're getting tooth, let alone tough. When she found this tooth, it was a big bugger, and she gave it to her husband. Husband looked at it. He was a doctor, and he was like, this looks like a reptile, like an iguana. So what he did was named it Iguanodon, and the don being the ancient Greek word for tooth. I hope I've got that right. I think it's odon. O-D-O-N is the old word for tooth in Greek. Old Greek. Ancient Greek. Now, my Greek friends, there's plenty of you out there. So if you're listening to this, please do correct me on this. I'm pretty sure that's not what is Greek for tooth nowadays. But at the time of finding it, I'm pretty sure they just referred to ancient Greek. Who knows? Anyway, it's definitely from Greek anyway. So it means iguana, tooth, don, as in orthodontist, don, the root of that word, odon, I believe. Anyway, I may stand corrected, but that's where the word comes from. Because he basically thought it looked like a big iguana. That he thought he had a big reptile on his hands. And the name stuck, and the name stays, basically. So what happened is he didn't have much to go on, and he did a silly little drawing at the time. I mean, it was pretty cool back then, but it looks a bit silly now. But of this big beast with like similar size front and back legs, silly long tail, like a mouse almost, like a 30-foot mouse, and then this spike on the end of his nose. So, I mean, I haven't put the spike on this one for a reason, but if you go to Crystal Palace, you'll see a little spike on this guy's nose, because that's based on the old drawing at the turn of the, I can't even remember what year it was. It might have been slightly before 1900, I think. Around that time anyway, they did a little drawing and they put the spike on his nose. Now we know that the spike goes on the thumbs. Big spikes. Bang, bang, bang. Like a really aggressive thumbs up. But they didn't know that back then. And I find it quite charming, actually, that the model in Crystal Palace is still kept with the horn where it was placed originally on the nose. Unless that's been changed. But I'm pretty sure that's where it used to be. So that's pretty cool. Also, this guy is on all fours, as you can see, crawling along like a hippo or a rhino or something. Now we know that he had big back legs and much more, delicate front legs, which implied that he was more upright. Perhaps could have done that, but most of the time, stood on back legs kind of thing. So we've gained a lot of knowledge over the years, but this drawing is based on the old representation of Iguanodon. So yeah, I find that quite cool. I'm going to end it there because I realise that these are boring, but I just wanted to basically show you the piece of art and why it's been drawn in that way. And it'll be in Paxton Centre in Crystal Palace Monday for everyone to look at. Now you know. So yesterday's ichthyosaur, not a dinosaur, many million years before these guys. This one is a dinosaur, but we got it completely wrong in terms of how they look and how they stood and that kind of thing. But knowledge builds over time, right? So now we've got a good idea of how he stood and, you know, what he ate and all that kind of thing. And his super thumbs. Okay, cool. I think that's it for now. Yeah, that'll do. If you'd like to know any more about Iguanodon, then visit your local. No, you can ask me in the comments, because libraries are closed, I think. Plus we've got YouTube now. Anyway, okay, cool. That'll do for now. Before I go on a rant, bye guys.